let's see, why is this one a little funky? Funky monkey. Messed that one up a little bit. Okay, yeah. I actually had COVID for about a week now. Boy, that was dragging. The first day or two was, pretty bad. And then the last was just, most of it was just being tired. And I couldn't do much. But now I feel pretty much back, and I tested positive, or negative, I guess, finally. And that was nice. So maybe I could start exercising in another day or so. And do this. But I'll tell you, I ran into so many new grants while I was sitting and doing nothing but trying to find stuff. And it's just amazing how it just never stops. I mean, I thought it would be, once COVID is over, then these grants will be. No, it doesn't work that way. The problem is that we have so many problems in our society that elected officials like to create programs to try to solve the problems for people. And that's what happens. And some of the interesting things I found is that grants for kids, children's grants, they run about $8,000 a year that the government gives out, and that's shrinking every month. Every year it's shrinking. And our child poverty rate is increasing. Now, there must be a correlation there somehow, it sounds like, but it's just a pity. And so if you have a child, make sure you know what's available for you and your child. A good place to start with that is childcareaware.org, childcareaware.org. And that's important to know about. And actually, there's another important program that is about to stop, is an SBA program that gives up to $50,000 if you are if you have shitty credit and don't have any collateral. So it's for people who can't get money, right? And so this started a year or so ago. They're testing it, and it's going to be over at September 30th. So if you have a small business, no money, stuff like that, you want to investigate that program. And it's called the Community Advantage Program, okay? Community Advantage Program. And that's for entrepreneurs. And so you want to get somebody to help you, you could go to sba.gov/local assistance and try to find and put in your zip code, and you can find local organizations that know about these programs and help you for free. You do not want to go to Google. To me, Google's the kiss of death unless you have money. So if you have money to spend on people, then spend your heart out. But if you don't have money, you're just going to get trapped in something in Google. That the people who there to try to get your money are much more much better at getting your money than you are of keeping it. So it's just not a fair fight. They think about it 24 hours a day trying to get money from you, and you're solving this problem just once, and you think you're smart. You are, but they're smarter because they work at it and they got data. They could find answers to getting your money a lot faster now with the internet. Before they had to figure out what worked by direct mail, and that took weeks and months to find out if they're success or not. Now they could do 500,000 different ways to do things and find exactly the one that works, and that's because of AI and all this kind of stuff. So just stay away from people that want to get money from you, and that's why you just want to deal with people that are .gov or .org. That's gov for government, and org for organizations. That means they're nonprofit organizations, and they're not there to get money from you, they're there to give money to you. Okay, so that's what you want. You want to find people that give money to you. And that's why you go to Google and try to do that, and you can't be successful there because there's too much power against from the people who are trying to get your money. So just stay out of that game. It's just full of sharks, and you don't stand a chance. So you have to not play. It's the only way to do it. I mean, you could go get burned a lot and not make them happy and waste money, and then go get another shitty job you hate or whatever it is, and that's what happens to most people. And it's a pity because you do have alternatives. And that's what we try to do at Let's Go Help, is teach you these alternatives. And I've been studying this for 50 years. And the rich people use this, yeah. And they know it's there. And this is where millionaires become billionaires, is by getting government money. So we have enough people that just can't even get by in this country that we think we should be worried more about than worrying about our poor billionaires don't have enough money. I mean, maybe that's an important problem, but I think of the higher priorities, at least in mine, they don't seem to come near it. So that's why it's important for you to learn these other sources in life. And what's nice about Let's Go Help, we have people who are now what we call navigators, because these people are members who are able to get money, and then they come back and share their information with the other members. So you learn from members who are able to use the system and get the help they need. And so you could learn from them a lot better than you can from someone like me who dresses like a clown. Yeah, and that's not worth it. But that is, okay, SBA funeral expenses. Yes, and don't forget, I keep running into, a lot of people need money for funeral expenses. And remember, FEMA has a program for funeral expenses, and it's still gonna be there until September of 2025, September 30th. And that's if you die from COVID. So if you have loved ones or whatever, and that's a $9,000 grant. Okay, now that may not work for you, okay? So if it doesn't, then what you wanna do is go to findhelp.org, and you'll find local nonprofit organizations that help you with funeral expenses. And if you put in your zip code and then put funeral expenses, at least where I live, there's 20, 30, 40 organizations that help you pay funeral expenses. We live in a society where there's a lot of nonprofit organizations that help each other, and they're there to help other people. Why do they do this? Because it feels good. This is why we're doing it here, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to do it by helping other people. We even give our profits back to the members because we're just here to help people. And so it helps you find money from government programs or apply to our grants. We give out $70,000 every month just to members. So if you're a member and giving us $20 and are current, then we can, you could apply to our grants, and we have 4 every month. The next one is for car repair, okay? And we give out $500 for people who need help repairing their car. And car repair is so important because you can't get anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't take care of your family. You can't get a job, you know, without a car repair. So it's an important fact of life. And there are government programs that help you with that too, and from nonprofit organizations. So you want to check again that findhelp.org, and they will find programs there. Now that's the key. Once you go to findhelp.org, or get a listing of all the programs, I mean, you'll go breeze through those and say, oh, there's nothing there for me. That doesn't matter. There is there for you. This is a source that you have to use. These people know about car grants. So if you're using for rent or cars or anything, you want to find people and talk to people who solve problems relating to your subject, okay? And they can tell you better places to go than even them. So that's what you have to do. The key to getting all this money and help and whatever is using people. That is the key. If you're not ready to do that, then really it's going to be a hell of a lot harder for you to hit the bullseye. The way you hit the bullseye is you talk to people in your community who help people solve problems like yours, because they do it every day. It's like hiring a plumber. You could go look at the toilet and why it's overflowing and guess why it is, and try a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe it doesn't. Look at some videos on YouTube, go down to the plumbing store and invest a whole lot of money and stuff like that. Or you find somebody who solves plumbing problems 25 times a day, and they'll more likely know exactly what the problem is, and you can learn from their experience. The same way in getting money. If all you're talking to are people like you, who've never gotten money, or people want to sell you money, then you're not going to find much new that you'll get and solve your problem. That's why you have to get on the phone, start talking to people, and those people are there available. And that's the websites we send you are people like that. Every website we send you are people who give you money, not take your money. So that's what we want to do, is continually do that and have a service for the country, that you have a place to go and you can ask us 100 questions a day. And really, in our Let's Go Help 2, make sure you go to the question corner and ask your question there, because you'll get answers from many people. And if you don't get an answer, then start another question and doing that. And that's the key to that. And also attend our workshops. Every day we have 2 or 3, 4 hours sometimes of workshops of people who help people or grant experts or have gotten money themselves to be able to help you find the money you need, okay? And that's it, all for the same price. We never add any extra funding or a charge for anything, just that you'll be charged the next month. and we're here to help people. Do you have any tips on microgreens and small nursery business? Reach out to USDA, but no luck. Well, it depends on who you reached out at the USDA. The USDA is certainly the person, a piece of people to make sure at the USDA, the people you want to talk to help you start a business is the County Cooperative Extension Service. You want to find your County Cooperative Extension Service, okay, for starting a microgreens business, okay? And that's really a hip business now. I've worked with a nice woman who was able to do that, and she sells to restaurants in the area and things like that. So you want to go to your County Cooperative Extension Service. They're free. And also, you never rely on one source. So also you go to sba.gov/local-assistance. So that's sba.gov/local-assistance. And you put in your zip code there, and you'll be hooked up with mentors, business mentors, for starting any business. So they're general nature, not ag-related nature, to help you find money and help to start any kind of business. So they don't charge. They got grant money already from government or nonprofit organizations to help you figure out how to start a microgreens business, okay? So that's what you want to do. And you want to get together with them as fast as possible, and more than one person. See, you don't go to one, there are 4 or 5 people, 10 people, you make an appointment to see every one of them, because they're all going to have different information and different possibilities and options for you. And that's what you have to do, is be able to figure out what your options are. And you need help doing that. We're not smart enough ourselves to do that. We think we are, but we're not. Yeah, your option is, oh yeah, I just want a lot of money. So where do I get a lot of money? That's not the option, okay? Because it's how you frame it based on what is available. And so you have to really find out all the possibilities of what's available. And that's why you have to talk to people. And you do that. Bless you, sir, for your compassion and commitment. I wish you were present. No, I don't want to be present. I don't want to work. I don't work any day. Do you have any advice on starting an animal rescue? Yes, starting a nonprofit or any kind of business like that is the same source. You get those free mentors that help you start any organizations, whether it's a nonprofit, for-profit, or anything. And you do that by local-assistance. So sba.gov/local assistance. Or another good starting place is Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org. Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org. Guys, you know, I'm doing a lot of work this morning, and I did a whole bunch of videos, and I feel I'm running down. I think my fuel tank's getting a little low. So I'm gonna have to bow out, I think, before I bore the hell out of you. Okay? And I'll be back soon. I'm trying to put this body together so I could keep going. I'll keep going, but at what pace is all depend on the energy level. So let me recuperate a little and get back to you tomorrow, okay? Thanks for putting up with me.